Sorry, Dan, I cut you short, but I felt it was important for you to take a breather, but also to give us some insight into some of the dynamics of what's going to happen in the rugby laws and rules.
Yeah, we talked about it's difficult for both teams. We talked about COVID. We talked about a whole new series. But guess what? World Rugby has intervened and added another element to the drama. Some new laws are going to be tested in this series. I see the New Zealanders have already tried them. So yet again, World Rugby, instead of sorting out the laws, are once again making recommendations, having experiments, leaving it up to the referee's interpretation. But the new laws some of them are quite interesting. They've got what they call the 50-22, and that means if you kick the ball from your half on the ground, in other words, indirectly into touch, then the next line out throw is yours. The idea of that is to force the attacking side to keep the wings and the fullbacks back, so there's more space on the field. I anticipate you're going to see maybe one or two fly-off kicks hooked into the blind side to try and push that back. In New Zealand, it didn't really seem to be working. Another interesting law is if you prevent a try, the ball is held up, or there's a knock-on in goal. They believe that the attacking side should have more advantage from that. So now there's a drop out from the goal line to give the attacking side some more points for having been hard on attack. So that's going to be an interesting one, because it obviously the defending side, and when that has been applied in New Zealand, what happens is the drop kicker simply seems to try to go from his goal line and kick it out. So I don't know if it's going to have the right effect. And then there are one or two other tweaks. The one is the flying wedge is being watched because it's dangerous, and the other one is players linking up into little groups, into little mini scrums when they take penalties or before they hit mauls. And then the last one is that they're going to come down very hard on players who attack the legs or the lower limbs of people in the mauls. So it's all about safety as well. But I think the first two, kicking from touch to try and get a throw in, that would be interesting. We've got very good kickers. And then that dropout, what effect will that have? But I have to add, before we go further, that's by the by. People have got to adapt to it. You always ask me, who do I think will win? I think the Springboks will edge this one. I've gone with them 3 times. I'm going with them for a 4th time. I think the Argentinians have had less time to play together. They've been more disrupted than us. We are at home, even though there are no crowds. So I'm going with this new Springbok side to keep up the run.
Dan?